wanted to kind of just give you an update on life and show you some of the things that I'm painting on. These are some little wooden discs that I'm making magnets with. This is a finished one. I really like how these are turning out. And so I kind of just wanted to share this process with you all. So these are just plain. I don't really do anything. I just add some acrylic paint on them. And I normally do in like a set of 4. And these are pretty quick to be able to do like a little video for. So right now we are in the middle of summer, and I have to tell you, it has been quite a busy summer with the kids and all the camps and me just trying to figure out what I want to do with this whole art business. I do this part-time, and I am right now just struggling to find the joy of creating and painting and keeping up with social media. It is really difficult, and I want to not hate my artwork and not dread creating, but man, it is insane how social media just drains you. And when I say drains you, it's just like constantly trying to post and make sure that you are keeping up with like trends, and posting every day is difficult. And I know that the algorithm rewards you by how much you are using it, and it's really hard. And when I'm creating, sometimes I just don't want to film myself creating. I just want to paint and just watch another YouTube artist do their work. And so right now I'm just in the process of trying to find balance with this. It's really difficult. I want to continue to love doing my work, but you know, life also gets in the way. Since I do this part-time, I only get to paint when my children are sleeping in the morning. I make myself wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning on my days off to paint because one, I really enjoy it, and it kind of gives me a little bit of balance before I start my day with my kids. So back to the painting. Right here, I mess up. I lose hold of my disc and I totally screw it up. And I throw it to the side because I'm just so upset. So what I do for any mistakes that I make is I use a Q-tip and wipe off that excess paint, and then I dip it in some water and then remove it. So since I totally messed this thing up, I am just putting it aside and starting on with a new one. So now you can see that I actually got the dot correct on this one now, and these little white marks that I have on here are just guidelines. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. It's more of just making sure that I'm getting, across and vertical and across. Vertical, yeah, you know what I mean. And it doesn't always work out that way. It's just initially just making sure that I get those first 4 dots correctly, and then I just work my way around. I don't really count them as I go. I've been doing this for about, I want to say 5 years I've been painting mandalas, and they're not always perfect, and they never will be because I am a human being. I am not a robot. So, and all these things are hand painted. So it's just, it takes a lot of patience to do this. So at this part, I thought I would speed this up a bit because it does take a while. So my plan is that I was only going to do about 3 rows of these before I moved on to the next section of it. And with these colors, I'm kind of gradually moving my way up to a lighter color. So like this one. Now, right about through here, I am going to start doing what's called walking the dots. So I just add a bit of paint and then I just walk along my larger dot here. So the next set for this design is doing what's called a swipe. So what that means is you're just adding extra paint on there. You're starting on the bottom and you work your way up. So right here, I did not have enough paint on my stylus, so I had to add a little bit more so then that paint will travel with me as I drag it across the disc. So I'm going to speed this part up because you're going to see me do 3 different colors with the swipes. And then I'm going to start adding some purple dots here, and then this is almost done. I do additional layers, so I can't do it until the paint is completely dry, but here is pretty much the end of it, except for the layer.